Hello everyone and welcome to our online lesson on reported speech. As you probably remember, we touched briefly on this topic after the winter holiday, so today we're going to do a bit of revision followed by a couple of exercises. Please make sure you have your notebook and a pen or pencil ready. So let's dive right into it. When we report someone's words, we can do it in two ways: direct speech and reported or indirect speech. Direct speech, as the name implies, is someone's exact words. For example, the boy said, "I am sleepy." To write the same sentence in reported speech, we would say, the boy said that he was sleepy. The word "that" is optional, by the way. Notice there are a few differences between direct and reported speech. When we change direct speech to reported speech, we must often change the verb tense. For example, she said, "I am hungry." This is direct speech. She said she was hungry. This is reported speech. The verb am is present simple, and the verb was is past simple. So if we use the present tense in direct speech, we use the past in reported speech. Another example, he said, "I have seen snow." This is direct speech. In reported speech, we say, he said that he had seen snow. Notice the present perfect simple, have seen, changes to the past perfect simple, had seen. The boy said, "We are playing football." This is direct speech. The boy said that they were playing football. This is reported speech. Notice that the present continuous changes to the past continuous. So what happens to the verb when we change a sentence from direct speech to reported speech? The verb shifts one tense back. So present simple changes to past simple. Past simple changes to past perfect simple. Present perfect simple changes to past perfect simple. Past perfect simple does not change. Must changes to had to. Will changes to would. And may changes to might. The continuous verb tenses also change. For example, am, are, is writing changes to was, were writing. Was, were reading changes to had been reading. Has been drawing changes to had been drawing. And had been painting does not change. Modal verbs such as might, could, would, should, and ought to do not change. Now read the following rules and choose the correct option, A, B, or C. Try doing it without checking your notebook. When you change direct speech to reported speech, verbs in the present simple usually change to. The correct answer is B. The past simple. Verbs in the present continuous usually change to. The answer is C. The past continuous. Verbs in the past simple usually change to. The answer is A. The past perfect simple. Can changes to could, and pronouns sometimes change depending on the context. As you've probably figured out by now, when changing direct speech to reported speech, it's not just the verb tense that needs to be changed. We often need to change the time as well. For example, on Monday, the boy says to the girl, "I will call you tomorrow." A few days later, the girl meets her best friend and reports to her what the boy said. "He said he would call me the next day, but he didn't." Notice that will changes to would and tomorrow changes to the next day. Let's have a closer look at the time expressions that change. This evening changes to that evening. Today or this day changes to that day. These days, those days. Now changes to then. A week ago changes to a week before. Last weekend, the weekend before, or the previous weekend. Next week changes to the following week. Tomorrow, the next day, or the following day. And here changes to there. And now, last piece of information. It isn't always necessary to change the tense if something is still true now. For example, direct speech. Jake said, "I'm an engineer." Reported speech. Jake said, "He's an engineer." We don't need to change the tense because this is still true now. Let's look at another example. "I'm coming here tomorrow," she said. If this is reported on the same day in the same place, she said she's coming here tomorrow. If it's reported later in a different place, she said she was going there the next day. Now let's do some practice. Please make sure you have your notebooks and a pen or pencil ready. Rewrite what Zach said using reported speech. I'll give you 20 seconds for each sentence. First sentence. "I don't want to study for the exam." The correct answer is Zach said he didn't want to study for the exam. Next one, "I'm going to watch a film." The answer is Zach said he was going to watch a film. Third sentence. I can't download any films. Reported speech. Zach said he couldn't download any films. I can borrow my brother's laptop. The correct answer is Zach said he could borrow his brother's laptop. My brother doesn't have any films on his laptop. And the answer is Zach said his brother didn't have any films on his laptop. And the last sentence, I'm going to the cinema. Reported speech. Zach said he was going to the cinema. Let's move on to the next exercise. Rewrite the quotations in reported speech, changing the pronouns where necessary. Again, you have 20 seconds for each sentence. First sentence. I want to catch the shoplifter, the security guard said. And the answer? The security guard said he wanted to catch the shoplifter. Next one. The police arrested a vandal, she said. The correct answer is she said the police had arrested a vandal. Third sentence. It's difficult to catch drug dealers, said a police inspector. The correct answer is the police inspector said it was difficult to catch drug dealers. We are questioning two teenagers about the burglary, the police officer said. Reported speech. The police officer said they were questioning two teenagers about the burglary. And the last sentence. A boy in my class vandalized a park bench, my brother said. And the correct answer is my brother said A boy in his class had vandalized a park bench. This is the end of our first online lesson. Till next time.